guys, how's it going? Today we have some projects to work on around the pond area. I love working out here. Everything's doing so well. I mean, look at this pond. It's looking gorgeous. I just saw Russell right up there by the waterfall, and I think Douglas is right over there. So we've got company. One of the things we're gonna work on today are the pond plants. I'm gonna do that last because I'm gonna actually get in the pond because I want to groom off some of these spent leaves on this great big lily, and this lily has grown. Oh my goodness, it has grown. So we're gonna fertilize that as well. I'd also like to just go around to each pond plant. I don't even know the name of all of these yet, but I want to groom off anything that needs to be groomed and just kind of tidy them up a little bit. All the plants on the outside are doing phenomenally well. We haven't lost any, even though we planted on such a hot day. Oh, it was so hot. But they all look really happy. And that brings me to our other project, which is planting a few of these Plumbago. My mom and I had a chance to get out of town yesterday. We went to a garden center and I found these, which is one of the plants I was looking for this space. This is an amazing ground cover, you guys. I don't even know the botanical, ceratostigma. But what these do is they grow about a foot tall. They'll spread out a couple of feet. Now, in some areas, they do spread by rhizome, and sometimes they can spread quickly. They don't in our area just because I think they lack the moisture to do so. But they bloom these really beautiful blue blooms from early summer all throughout the summer into fall, and then all of these leaves turn the brightest red for the fall months. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful ground cover. And for us, it's easy to tame and easy to take care of. And I kind of thought I would like to tuck some of these around. I've got 11. I've got 4 4-inchers and then 7 gallon size. And I thought it would be fun to tuck them in kind of in, I don't know. I haven't even thought about the exact placement, but we'll figure it out. But I'm trying to pick out plants that have just more of a natural vibe for this area, nothing too formal. The pavers for this whole area, you know, the walkways and then the patio right here in front of the pond, those arrived a couple of days ago. And I think the project will start next Monday, so just in a few days. And we'll try to capture that process when all of those go in. And the one last thing I want to work on for this area is sitting right over there. We ordered a couple of chairs for the patio area, and I'm so excited to get those unboxed. But I think before it gets too hot, we should do the planting project first. So here's what we're looking at. Aren't they just so pretty? I just think they're the most beautiful ground cover. I've got shovels. I don't want to use the auger because I don't want to make too much of a mess in this area. And then we've got our Biotone starter fertilizer. So let's get these done. Those look so good. I cannot wait to see them fill in. So 6 of them on this side near the miscanthus grass, which will get quite large, like 4 to 5 feet tall, and it will fill in this area really nicely. And I just want them all to kind of marry together, and then I want the Plumbago to kind of go over the edges of the rocks just a little bit just to soften those. And then we've got a Joe's Best bristlecone pine, which is probably one of my more favorite evergreens in this whole area. And that one only grows 6 feet tall by 4 feet wide. And I really want that to be kind of the showpiece plant right here. And then on this side, there are 4 around the rocks by the Angel Falls Eastern White Pine, which I really love. I think this whole little section is turning out beautifully. We've got the Black Hawk's grass right here. And then I just tucked one right up by this rock. I would love for this to kind of become Plumbago Alley though. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes open for a few more of those just throughout the years. But I think kind of just letting them fill in this area, it would be so beautiful just to have that low leafy growth. And then of course the blue blooms and the bright fall color. I think that would look really nice. So we will run individual emitters off of the drip system for each one of these plants, and that's how we are running the drip in this entire area. So everything has targeted watering. We're not, watering areas that don't have anything in them. So far, so good. I mean, given the fact that these plants have had to endure, first of all, being planted when it was over 100 degrees, and then a lot of heat right afterward. And they are in the full afternoon sun. So, and really it's early in the morning. I don't think it's even 8 yet, or just after 8. And this area is starting to get in the sun already. So like these will be in the sun all day long. But my favorite part is just seeing all of the little views that this pond affords. Like there's just so many gorgeous little vignettes. And then, I mean, of course, the thing as a whole is just phenomenal. Oh, there's a dragonfly. Okay, now that the planting is done, which I'm so happy we got after it early in the day before it got really hot, I'm gonna water these plants in with the hose. I will run the drip to them later on today, but I wanna get those chairs unboxed. And you probably noticed I already have a chair sitting here, this Adirondack chair just off of Amazon. It was really inexpensive, just to see if I liked the style right here, and I just love it. I think it's beautiful, super like rickety. So I knew that that's probably what I was in for based on the price, but it really did help me decide what I wanted to do in this area before we invested in the good ones. And I will do that a lot of the time, like even in plants. Remember one time I planted the whole west side in a moon garden, all white blooms, and I ended up really not liking it in that spot. I love moon gardens, but I feel like that was more of a sunny area at the time. It would probably work better now that we have more shade. But I think moon gardens just work better for shade because white tends to look kind of dry in the full sun, and I just really didn't like it. But I was so happy that we went with annuals in that area instead of investing in all the shrubs and perennials and all of those things that bloom white, and then ended up not liking them and having to move them all over the place. So anyway, that's kind of my approach. So we ordered a couple of Adirondack chairs from Country Casual Teak. We started with 2 just because we wanted to see how they fit the space, because we might go with 2 more the same size for the kids, or 2, they actually have a kid size, which would be really fun. So we wanted just to see how these fit first, but I am excited. We recently put those benches from this company out in the cut flower garden, and I love them. I think they're so pretty, and you can probably see the ones behind the Hartley right now. There are 4. Anyway, let's get this opened up. Yeah. Oh, and there's the tables. I forgot. Yay, we got the table. You guys, one of my favorite things about this place is that you can order these pre-assembled, which is amazing. I used to like to assemble things, like to take the time to do it. Now I just don't. It's not a thing that I enjoy to do. So to be able to order these pre-assembled has been kind of a game changer for me. I wish everybody did that. So much better. So much better than that other one. Oh my goodness, those are perfect for this space. I love it. Space-wise, I think 2 kid-size Adirondacks might be in order so that it doesn't get too much in this space. But the thing about it is that the kids, and myself most of the time, don't really want to be sitting in a chair. We want to be sitting on, I use that stump. I sit on that stump a lot. I sit on this rock a lot. The kids sit right here and put their feet in. We sit over here a lot. There's a lot of chairs that aren't actual chairs in this space. So it's just going to be something we'll have to see how we use it and how we live with it, you know, to see what will be necessary. But for now, oh, those are so pretty. I need to go locate my pond plant fertilizer, and I wore pants that are already dirty so I could just get in pants and all. We're just gonna get in there and get it done. Okay, I've got my supplies here. I've got this tub for the debris that I cut off with my snips. And then these are the plant fertilizer tabs, the pond tabs. So you're supposed to use one of these per every gallon of soil per month during the growing season, and you push it in to the soil 1 finger length. So the length of your finger, and then you kind of like tamp the soil in around it. And you want to do it about 3 inches away from the crown of the plant. So for some of these, like I want to say that lily is in, I'm gonna maybe use like 3 of these. I can't remember exactly the size of the pot though, so I'm gonna have to get in there and kind of feel it and guess. And then we've got another hardy lily that's kind of behind it, but I don't even see it because they're kind of small. They were bare root, but this one is pushing a new leaf and it's got pink variegation. It's so pretty. So what I'll do with those is probably just put in 1 tab per plant there. And then some of these, they're not even in soil. They're just kind of like in the rocks. So I don't know, we're just gonna have to see how this goes. But this one is just a stunner. And my pants needed a good cleaning anyway. So here we go. All right, all done. It actually felt really good to be in there. That water is a perfect temperature. This is my bucket of debris. So there wasn't too much in there, but boy, it makes a huge difference. Also, how are you liking those chairs?
They're nice.
Aren't they nice?
They're, I don't feel like I'm gonna break these.
Right, well, I felt like I was gonna break that other one. I
Well,
mean,
I can hear it cracking.
It was rickety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel...
No. That's what you get though, but
you know what? The old adage, you totally get what you pay for.
You do. But it did direct us toward these beautiful chairs and knowing that we liked that style, and I think these are so pretty. I like the table too. I forgot you'd ordered that as well. It was actually perfect because Nature's Waterscapes is who brought these plants up. Most of these plants. Greg did bring some of the bare root lilies, but like Jenny from Nature's Waterscapes brought the huge lily in here, and she posted a reel. It was yesterday or the day before, just talking about how often they fertilize their lilies, and I was like, oh my goodness, what a great reminder. I'm so glad she posted that because that reminded me to get in here and get the job done.
It provides a lot of shade.
It really does. Don't you think that's like what, doubled?
Yeah.
At least?
Yeah.
I mean,
how big will it get?
Well, they said if this was in its native, it's a tropical. If it was in its native, it would fill this entire pond.
Wow.
Yeah. But that's the only one because it's not hardy. We'll have to pop this one out and try to winter it over in the greenhouse. But Jenny said she would give me some tips on that.
Cool.
So hopefully we do a good job at that. And pavers, right? Monday?
Yeah.
Pedro and his guys will be here.
Yep.
They're going to do a pathway leading out, the patio right here, and then the pathway leading this way. And you guys, that is going to do it for today's project. It's still good. I don't know if I mentioned, probably did because the heat is a big deal right now, but it's supposed to be like 104 or 105 today. So getting out here early, getting this done, and being in the water was just glorious. We need to figure out more pond projects to do where I get to be in it. Yes, we should start every day that way. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're having a great day, and we will see you in the next one.